Think cramming your pantry full of every ingredient under the sun is going to make you some culinary genius? Think again. We've all been there. That gotta have it mentality in the grocery aisle, especially when that little voice whispers, "What if there's a zombie apocalypse?" But let me tell you, a pantry overflowing with expired, stale ingredients is a recipe for disaster. We're about to expose those pantry staples that deserve a swift kick to the curb instead of a permanent spot on your shelves. Get ready to ditch the dead weight and embrace a smarter, fresher approach to your pantry. All right, you flour hoarders, listen up. We need to have a serious talk about your pantry habits. You think you're being clever, stocking up on 50 pounds of flour? Sure, it might seem like a smart move, especially when you see those bulk deals at the store. But have you really thought this through? That giant bag of all-purpose might seem like a steal, but here's the kicker. Flour doesn't last forever. Just like any other food item, it has a shelf life. And if you're not careful, you might end up with a pantry full of spoiled flour. In fact, it goes rancid faster than you can say soggy bottom. Imagine opening your pantry one day, ready to bake your favorite cookies, only to find that your flour has turned into a smelly, unusable mess. Not a pretty picture, right? That's right, flour has a shelf life and it's shorter than you think, especially for you health nuts using whole grain varieties. Whole grain flour is packed with nutrients and healthy oils, but those oils can spoil quickly. Whole grain flour is full of healthy oils, but those oils can turn rancid and give your baked goods a funky flavor. You might think you're making a healthy choice, but if your flour is past its prime, your bread will taste anything but fresh. You want to impress your mates with a delicious loaf of bread, not send them running for the hills? Imagine the embarrassment of serving up a loaf that tastes off because your flour has gone bad. Not exactly the impression you want to make. So ditch the bulk buying and stick to smaller bags of flour. It might seem less economical at first, but in the long run, you'll be saving yourself from the hassle and disappointment of spoiled flour. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you. Fresh flour means fresher, tastier baked goods. And isn't that what we all want? So next time you're at the store, resist the urge to buy in bulk and opt for smaller, more manageable bags. Your pantry and your palate will be all the better for it. Nuts and seeds, the supposed healthy snack, right? They're packed with nutrients, healthy fats, and can be a great addition to your diet. But there's a catch. Well, only if they're fresh, you numpties. You see, nuts and seeds have a shelf life, and once they go past it, they can turn from a health food to a health hazard. Storing nuts and seeds for too long is like asking for a one-way ticket to Stale City. They might look fine on the outside, but inside, they're a ticking time bomb of rancidity. Those healthy fats? They go rancid faster than a first-year culinary student trying to make a hollandaise sauce. And when they do, they not only lose their nutritional value, but can also develop harmful compounds. And let's not even talk about the taste. Rancid nuts and seeds can ruin your recipes and leave a bitter, unpleasant taste in your mouth. Have you ever bitten into a stale almond? It's like chewing on a piece of cardboard that's been left out in the rain. The texture is off, the flavor is off, and it's just plain gross. It's enough to make you spit it out faster than you can say cardboard. And trust me, no one wants to experience that. Instead of stockpiling enough nuts and seeds to feed an army of squirrels, buy them in smaller quantities and store them properly. This way you can enjoy them at their freshest and avoid the dreaded rancidity. A cool, dark place is ideal, and for God's sake, keep them away from moisture. Moisture is the enemy of freshness, and it can cause nuts and seeds to spoil even faster. Remember, fresh is best, you hear me? So next time you're at the store, think twice before buying that jumbo bag of nuts. Your taste buds and your health will thank you. And don't forget to check the expiration dates regularly. Keeping an organized pantry can help you keep track of what's fresh and what's not. It's a small effort that can make a big difference. So go ahead, enjoy your nuts and seeds, but do it the right way. Fresh, properly stored, and in moderation. That's the key to making the most of these nutritious snacks. Because when it comes to nuts and seeds, freshness isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. Keep them fresh, keep them tasty, and keep them healthy. Your body will thank you for it. Cooking oils, a recipe for rancidity. Welcome to the world of cooking oils, where the right choices can elevate your dishes, but the wrong ones can lead to culinary disasters. Cooking oils are essential in the kitchen, but they're not invincible, you hear me? These golden elixirs might seem like they can last forever, but they have their own vulnerabilities. Just like everything else, they have a shelf life, and ignoring it is a culinary sin. Using expired oil can ruin the taste of your food and even pose health risks. Exposing oils to heat, light, and air is like putting them through a torture chamber. These elements accelerate the breakdown of oils, leading to rancidity much faster than you might expect. They break down, go rancid, and develop flavors that would make even the most daring foodie gag. The smell alone is enough to turn your stomach, and the taste? Unbearable. And don't even get me started on those fancy nut oils. These oils, often made from delicate nuts like walnuts or hazelnuts, are even more susceptible to going bad. They're even more delicate than a souffle in a hurricane. One wrong move, and you've got a bottle of rancid oil on your hands. So ditch those massive jugs of oil and opt for smaller bottles. Smaller quantities mean you're more likely to use them up before they go bad, ensuring fresher, better-tasting dishes. Store them in a cool, dark place, and for heaven's sake, use them up before they turn into a science experiment. Keeping oils in a pantry away from heat sources and direct sunlight can significantly extend their shelf life. Always read the labels on your oil bottles. Terms like cold-pressed or extra virgin indicate higher quality but also mean the oil is more delicate. Treat these oils with extra care. Different oils have different uses. Olive oil is great for salads and low-heat cooking, while canola oil is versatile for frying and baking. Knowing which oil to use can make a big difference in your cooking. And don't forget to keep your oil bottles clean. Oil spills can attract dust and bacteria, which can contaminate the oil and speed up the rancidity process. Regularly check the expiration dates and organize your pantry so that older oils are used first. This simple practice can save you from the unpleasant surprise of discovering rancid oil when you need it most. By taking these steps, you can ensure that your cooking oils remain fresh and your dishes delicious. After all, good food starts with good ingredients, and that includes the oils you use. Spices, from flavor powerhouse to flavorless dust. Spices, the backbone of any good dish, right? But only when they're fresh and potent, you muppets. Those colorful jars of spices might look pretty on your pantry shelves, but their vibrant hues hide a dirty little secret. They lose their punch over time. It's like watching a prize fighter go from knockout champion to a tired old has-been. That's what happens to your spices when you keep them for too long. They lose their aroma, their flavor, their mojo. So ditch the decade-old oregano and invest in smaller quantities of fresh spices. And for crying out loud, store them properly. A cool, dark place away from direct sunlight and heat is what they crave. Canned goods, not so everlasting after all. Canned goods, the ultimate survival food, right? Wrong. While they might seem invincible, even canned goods have their limits. Sure, they can last for a while, but that doesn't mean they'll taste good forever. Over time, canned fruits and vegetables lose their texture, their flavor, and even their nutritional value. It's like watching a Michelin star restaurant slowly morph into a greasy spoon. So before you go building a bunker out of baked beans, remember that even canned goods have a shelf life. Check those expiration dates, you hear me? And if you're not going to use them before they expire, donate them to a local food bank. Don't let good food go to waste. Outro Pantry Purge, out with the old, in with the fresh, so there you have it, you lot. Stop treating your pantry like a doomsday bunker and start treating it like the culinary haven it should be. Remember, fresh is always best, and a well-stocked pantry is about quality, not quantity. Ditch those massive stockpiles of ingredients that are past their prime and embrace a smarter, more sustainable approach to your food storage. Shop smart, buy what you need, and use it up before it turns into a science experiment. Now go forth and conquer your pantries, you culinary warriors. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more kitchen wisdom from yours truly.